Hey y'all, it's your girl pheonixxfire, and today I'm here with the kingpin himself, Chilla Jones. Hey Chilla Jones, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Phoenix? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, chilling, chilling.
Good.
Shout out to you and your fire battle with Real Sick that just happened that we just watched.
Thank you. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was dope. Definitely, definitely. The back to back, it was pretty fire. Do you know what I mean? You both came with a pen. I was excited. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Chilla in
Yeah.
action. How did you feel? How did you feel about it?
I felt really good about it. I'm glad it's being received so well. You know what I mean? One thing that I was a little bit um worried about was that because it's a rookies versus vets battle, that it wouldn't really get the attention that it deserved.
Yeah,
Um, I'm really happy at the way that it turned out. I think Sick was phenomenal.
yeah.
I think I did what I've been doing all year at a high level.
Hmm.
And I think he matched me. He was able to keep up with me. I think it's definitely one of the better battles of 2020. So I'm glad that people are recognizing that and receiving it as such. It's so dope to see. So I appreciate all the feedback, all the
Yeah,
positive energy and positive words that everybody has had for this battle, because whether you think he won, whether you think I won, there hasn't been any bad reviews or bad perspectives of the battle itself. So I'm really happy for that.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I particularly enjoyed you rebutted what he was wearing. That was nice of you to attempt to do that. That was
I
pretty cool.
I had that in the cut when I saw him and what he was wearing. I
Okay.
had recognized it because I had just watched that battle. I think the day prior, a
Yeah.
day or two prior. And I had watched it before originally when it came out, but I had gone back over it after we had decided to battle. So when I saw that, I was kind of picking and choosing when I wanted to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
But when he mentioned the same style thing, I said, okay, this is
Perfect. Yeah.
perfect,
You set it up perfectly for you.
perfect. Yeah,
So, what rounds do you give yourself in the battle?
I think I got the first two. Um, I think his third, the ghost angle, was phenomenal. I even think that angle, he, I would have loved to have seen him do that for maybe another 30 seconds, if he would have spoke a little more on it. I would have loved it even more. I still give him that round. Um, but I think I got the first and the second, and I think the second is really close. It can swing either way.
Yeah.
Uh, but I've seen it all, Phoenix. I've seen Chilla 3-0. I've seen Sick 3-0. I've seen Chilla 2-1. I've seen Sick 2-1. I've seen Fans 3-0. I've seen everything. Like every round, depending on the type of style that you like,
Yeah. Yeah.
every round can really be argued, and every round comes down to preference for that particular round.
That's true. That's true. So somebody said in I think it was on Twitter. I saw it somewhere about one of the bars that you said. Okay, it was the
Yeah,
metaphysical nigga bar.
yeah.
Um, Now Fon said something similar in the Ultimate Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So would you just clarify that you wasn't biting the bar because it wasn't
No.
that similar, but obviously the metaphysical nigga kind of thing, it was similar to an extent. So what was going on there?
Yeah, for sure. So with that, when it comes to being a wordplay battler,
Yeah.
there are always going to be multiple examples of somebody using a particular word or phrase.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
find that with me specifically, people like to key in on things like this, for instance, the metaphysical flip.
Yeah.
If you watch Fonz's metaphysical flip, his entire thing hinges on him bumping easy.
Yeah.
He's being physical. He's bumping him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so the way he did it, that was the quote unquote the entendre. That was what connected it.
Mm.
When I did it, speaking on the Jay and Sick battle,
Yeah.
it was me talking to his style and saying, you're a lyrical miracle nigga. You're rapidy rap. You're the definition of backpacker, or whatever you want to call it. You use big words, you rhyme multi-syllables, you do it a lot. And so, spitting all this metaphysical shit is a continuation of that.
Yeah.
The way that you rap,
I got it. Yeah.
You rap, all this metaphysical, hypothetical, that's your style.
Yeah.
Spitting all this metaphysical shit to you winning metaphysical nigga. Jay was bigger, started bumping you and then I go into that angle. Yeah. And so
I think people, they just hear metaphysical and then they just latch onto that.
Exactly. And it's the commonality of us both using the word metaphysical in the way that we flipped it.
Yeah.
But we don't do that to every battler, and we don't do that to every instance of us hearing a word. How many times have we heard NDN for Indian? 1,000 times, right? But we don't hear it, and then say, oh, well, K-Shine said that in 2014, and it's a totally different bar that just uses NDN in a different way. But I understand, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm under different. I'm under a different type of microscope.
Is a bit more.
Exactly.
You arguably, not even arguably, no debate in top 5 pens in battle rap. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That actually moves on to my next question. Do you still feel that you are top 5 pens in battle rap? Because do you still feel like that? B-Dot's been like, right now, I recently put B-Dot in my top 5 pens in battle rap. You know, but I never moved.
So.
I had to move. I moved QP. Right, he's been in my top 5 for years, as long as you have. But I just felt that I preferred B-Dot style more. Do you feel like somebody has pushed you off your pedestal? Maybe B-Dot. Because a lot of people are mentioning B-Dot a lot now when it comes to riders.
Right. I don't think anybody's pushed me off my pedestal. I'm one of the few where I feel like my pedestal is solidified. I don't think that I can be moved off of it as long as I'm active. I think as long as you guys see me 4, 5, 6 times a year, I'm gonna be a top 5 pen. That's where my talent level is. But I may not always be somebody's favorite pen right now. I can tell you that I've been in this game since 2012, and there are many different years, or at least periods that I can remember admitting and saying to myself, somebody else is the best pen in the world right now. When JC first got back to URL, I said it publicly. He is the best pen in the world right now. Right when the JC Lux talk was starting, I said he is the best pen in the world.
No doubt.
Nitty had a run over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was after his K-Shine battle, and I said, yo, Nitty is the scariest pen alive. He says the most incredible shit. Nobody is out penning Nitty at that time. You know what I mean? And Lux obviously has had his time. I think that Quantum Physics has had his time. I think B-Dot's time is ahead of him for sure. I think B-Dot is still improving and still getting better. At this moment in time,
go on.
No better pen in the world than me.
Okay, so you're the best pen in the world, basically.
Right now. If you asked me this time last year, I probably would have said Nitty. I think Nitty is at that time. I think when I battled Nitty, he was the best pen in the world.
Yeah, Nitty's fire. Okay, so my question is, who is your Chilla Jones top 5 pen in battle rap? Who's your top 5? You can include yourself. You can include yourself. So you.
I'm gonna exclude myself just because I want to put an extra name on. Just because I want to put an extra name on the list.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Lux, Nitty, JC are there.
Yeah,
they haven't left that top 5 in a pretty long time. Daylight, when he is active, is probably my number 1. pen besides myself.
Daylight's
That's
too fire, man.
how I feel. So I would say Daylight, Lux, Nitty, JC, and there's so many names that you can put at 5. B Dot easily could go in 5 right now. I think although he's been inactive, I think Av can go number 5.
I like Av.
I think A Ward could go number 5.
How about somebody like, oh, maybe it's too early though, Kid Chaos, because I know he has a lot of potential with writing.
Kid Chaos could definitely go 5 if we're just talking penmanship.
Yeah,
he absolutely can go 5. He's very layered, and like I said with B-Dot, I think Chaos is still growing. He's still gaining experience. Chaos in 2 to 3 years is going to be scary.
Very scary. I can already see it. I can already envision it. It's
going to be scary.
I agree completely. Nice.
Part of why, like, I definitely want to battle Chaos, and I'm going to battle Chaos.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see
that. And that definitely can happen in the next year.
Yeah.
But the same way I held off on King of the Dot battling A-Ward was because I wanted for that matchup to gain some type of traction, some type of energy. I want it to be anticipated. I want people to see it. So I think me and Chaos is already probably anticipated enough where we could do it now. But I also wouldn't mind doing it in 2 years when he's at his scariest level. You know what I mean? Because I think when he does become that pen, you don't want him to be out of pen matchups to display his ability. If he's already battled JC and Chilla and whoever else, and then by the time he reaches his peak, he doesn't have any great pens to clash with, would be a waste. You know what I mean? But Chaos would just say I was ducking if I stuck to that. So I'll battle Chaos. You know, whenever he's ready, whenever we can set it up, it makes sense.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, for sure, definitely with it. But Chaos definitely could be in that 5 spot. I'm not mad at that at all. If we just talking penmanship, he absolutely could be there.
Yeah. Okay. Now, basically, you've been in a lot of classic battles, right? You versus JC is a classic battle. It's like obviously one of my favorite battles, one of most people's favorite battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a part, you know. Anyone that haven't watched Battle Rap, that should be your first battle you ever watch. Because
check it out.
That, you're sold. You're sold. Why do you think it would be a bad idea to have a rematch with JC? Like, because someone brought it up, and I don't know if I'd want to see that, because that's my favorite battle, but I don't know if I want to see you rematch each other, even though you have grown so much over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Your pen is definitely, both of your pens have evolved. Do you think it would be a good idea to have a rematch, or should you just leave it as a classic and not mess with it?
There's no way a new battle could ever be more impactful than the first one.
Exactly.
It's not possible for many different reasons, and so I'm not necessarily against a rematch, but what I would say is that having the expectation that it will match the first battle would be wrong. I wouldn't want anybody to have that expectation.
Yeah.
If me and JC battled right now, I'm sure it would be a great small room battle. I'm sure of it. No matter how technically good it was, no matter how good our writing was, no matter how good our performance was, how high our energy was, it just wouldn't outdo the first. There's no outdoing the first battle. It's not possible. You know what I mean? So I'm open to a rematch just because he's really good and I'm really good. And I think we could still make a really good battle after enough. You know, we haven't battled in 8 years. You know, it was 8 years ago when we did that. So obviously we've both grown and have experience, and you know, I'm sure it'd be a really good battle. But people would just compare
I'd
it to.
still watch it. I'd still watch it. I'd still be excited. But do you know what? I feel like that's what happens. That there's pressure when you have like a classic, when you have a rematch to equal or better that classic. Same way when JC battled Charlie Clips. You know, they had the one rounder, but the second time they wanted it to be as good, and it was never going to be as good as that one rounder. I didn't think it was as good anyway. You know what I mean? That one rounder was a bit of a classic. So yeah, that happens a lot, you know. So,
I agree.
it's all good. Yeah, so I'm excited. Are you excited for the King versus Queens card coming up soon?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I think it's a really dope card. I'm really happy for 40, man.
Yeah.
You know, she's come such a long way, and she's had low lows, she's had high highs. So to see her excelling the way that she is, from the hustle battle earlier this year to her clothing line to her show on Caffeine to this battle with Surf, she is just working her ass off, and I love it, man. So salute to 40. Love you, sis. Keep doing your numbers.
Shout out to 40, man.
But I'm really excited for the card. I think the card is really good.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Some of the matchups are interesting to me. I love Arson Official. I love 40 and Surf.
Yeah. Which don't you like that much?
Well, DNA and Vixen is cool. I love them both as battlers. Just don't love the matchup. E-Heart and K-Shine is dope.
I love that. All right. Let's go through the card and let me see how you're gonna call it then.
Okay, let's do it.
Or have you got all the guys winning? Is there no point? Is it point?
I got some women.
Okay, all right, go. Let's go. 40 bars versus Sue Surf.
40 bars.
2-1, yeah.
2-1.
Okay. Rum Nitty versus C3.
Rum Nitty 2-1. I do think C3 is gonna have some incredible freestyle stuff.
Yeah.
Like some really, really good freestyle stuff. But just thinking about what Nitty can do with C and 3 as far as name flips.
It's gonna be crazy. I wanna see that. This is the one.
He's about to say some incredible shit to her. So I got Nitty, but I got a 2-1, no 30.
Okay. Vixen versus DNA.
DNA, but Vixen is really good.
Yeah.
I think there were better matchups for them both. To be honest, I don't like that matchup, but I got DNA 2-1.
Okay. It might be interesting. You never know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that may be.
Okay. Couture versus Clips.
So first of all, salute to Couture, Team New England. Fresh out of Rhode Island. I didn't have Clips beating Geechee, although I thought Clips did really good, and I did really enjoy his freestyle at the end. But I thought he lost the round. The freestyle was incredible, but I thought he lost the round off the show. With that said, I think I'm gonna go Couture. 2-1.
Yeah, I got Couture 2-1, definitely. She about to talk to Clips. So
yeah, I got Couture 2-1.
Arsenal versus Official.
I got Official 2-1.
Definitely. I'm the most confident about this battle, man. Girl, don't let me down, Official. I'm the most confident about Official beating Arsenal. Not that Arsenal's trash. Arsenal's not trash, but I just really know.
But I think style wise, Official
fire. Like these dudes are not ready. Official, I'm telling you.
Yeah, style wise, I think it's a good matchup for Official.
I like it. I like it a lot. E-Heart versus K-Shine, final battle.
K-Shine. I think E-Heart is gonna say some really dope shit to Shine. I just think the way that she performs is going to hurt her because K-Shine is gonna dance around that room. Yeah. He's gonna slide up and do this and do that,
She performs a lot. Yeah, she's got to step up the performance.
And
That's what everyone is saying, right, about the performance. Okay, do you feel that in a battle that performance can win you that battle, even though the other person's bars were carried more weight?
for sure it can. For sure it can. I think in this case especially, because I think the difference level in K-Shine and E-Heart's pen isn't huge. I think they're very, very similar. E-Heart is an incredible lyricist, and K-Shine's pen I think is really underrated because of how good of a performer he is. But I think the discrepancy in performance level is huge.
Yeah.
And I think if
K-Shine is top 3 performers to me in battle rap. At least top 5, at least.
He's number 2 to Hitman for me.
Yeah, I got him in the top 3 personally. Yeah. That's hard to match. It's hard to match.
Very, very hard to match for anyone. You know what I'm saying? For anybody. You know, if I battled Shine this weekend in that room, I would have the same concern for me. I would say, you know, how am I gonna match his ability to perform?
But you know what? But I think it would be a mistake for anyone that battles Shine, who's not used to performing, to try to overperform as well, because then it won't be natural. Do you know what I mean? I don't want E-Heart jumping around the stage too much. Right. I think her bars carry mad weight, but she has to like just be a bit more, have a bit more movement, but just not too much. We're like, what's going on? Like, this ain't Heart. You know what
and I think even more than like movement, I think it's personality. I think that's really what it is. I don't think she necessarily has to bounce around the room like him.
Yeah.
But if she's not operating with a certain level of like personality or charisma or like that type of, you know, skill set,
I feel she's got some great personality, and I would like her to show it more. E-Heart is funny as hell. She's got a great sense of humor. Hopefully she incorporates it into the bars. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So, I love you. And she's super cool, down to earth. I love her work ethic. Always brings 3 rounds. I'm a huge fan of E-Heart, and she knows that also. I think I would have rathered E-Heart and DNA.
What, battle each other?
And Vixen and K-Shine.
Nah, no.
Vixen's higher energy to me.
E-Heart 30. E-Heart 30 in DNA. I'm saying
you got 30 over DNA?
E-Heart 30 in DNA, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm only giving because it's K-Shine. Sorry, DNA, but y'all ain't ready for those heart problems.
That's funny. Is there any other matchups? What other matchups?
Oh, I think that was the last matchup, actually. There's 7 people on the card. That was 7, right? Hold on, was that 7?
Swamp.
Who's Swamp? Oh, no, that was 6. Sorry, Swamp versus KCJ. My bad, KCJ.
That can really go either way.
I like this match. I like it a lot. I really like Swamp, and I like KCJ a lot.
That can really go either way. I'm gonna take Swamp. I'm gonna take Swamp, but it can go either way. If Casey ended up winning, I wouldn't be shocked or surprised at all to see that.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised.
So I got 40 official and couture winning.
That's good.
And then I think Casey Swamp can go either way, and then I have DNA, Shine, and Nitty winning for the guys. So it's actually almost a split down the middle.
Yeah.
Almost a split down the middle.
That's okay. That's all right. At least.
I think it's gonna be, and I really hope that this becomes a yearly.
Yeah, more regular. I don't even want it to be a year's a long time to wait, Chilla. Maybe twice a year.
But I think it gives time to build up. You know what I mean? Like I love the build up from 40 and Surf. Yeah. Arts and Official doesn't have really a build up behind it, but you know, you have like the Hustle Rock build up. You have the Rock Official build up. You could do Math and Bonnie. There's so many different.
There's a story between the Arsenal and Official for me personally, because I remember the first time Arsenal ever watched Official rap. versus Automatic Ray. And I just remember how astounded and impressed he was by this female who just came into the room and she just smoked, like she smoked Automatic Ray. Let's just be real. We were just like so impressed. So I just remember thinking, one day, Arsenal, she's gonna battle you. Do you know what I'm saying? Now it's happening. This is the time. That's why I'm so determined. Like, yo, official, you gotta win, man. Show him your progression. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? No, this is Arsenal. I love Arsenal, but
yeah,
I want official to do that though. But yeah, she's so.
yeah. I think she'll do really well, man. She's fire.
100%, man.
She's fire. My favorite besides 40.
Okay. Who's your top 5 females?
40, Official, Hustle, Jazz.
One more left.
Heart.
Okay.
Heart.
I was thinking about, I asked someone else this the other day, right? Because I found it really difficult. What male would you match Jazz the Rapper with to battle, if they were to battle? Because it took me forever. I finally came up with one, but I'll tell you in a minute. But who do you think would be good? And then I'll tell you.
It depends if we're going off who's going to make the best battle with her.
Yeah, who would make the best?
Or who makes the most sense, you know,
like
as far as caliber. Right?
No, just who would make the most enjoyable battle?
Me, JC.
Thank you. Thank you. I said it, she needs a pen. She needs a pen.
Yeah.
Pen
I would say me.
Yeah.
JC.
I said JC, but you could do as well. Your pen.
Yeah.
I mean, I just said it's somebody with a pen. 100%.
Yeah, I think me or JC is the best battle for her style wise. Mm-hmm. I think it would, you know, those matchups would produce the best battle. But
I'm so glad you said that, you know, because it took me ages. I was really thinking, I didn't want to against someone that's too aggressive. I wanted it to be like in between and somebody that has a pen, because Jazz is a layered pen writer to me. I love Jazz the Rapper. People always the pen, you know? So,
yeah, but I mean, I've seen people say that to her. She's not interested in battling me or JC. She doesn't think we're big enough names.
Okay, so, is that what it is?
Yeah, she doesn't think that.
Oh no.
You know, because of where she sits in the hierarchy of female battle rap. Yeah. She doesn't see me or JC as being that equivalent on the male side.
Okay.
So she wants a matchup like, you know.
No, you or JC.
Or Lux or Moose right? Or Surf or Hitman.
No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Jazz against someone like a K-Shine or a Hitman. I don't want to see that matchup.
I don't think anybody does. And you know, I understand Jazz's. I understand her. You know, I understand why she thinks that way. But
that's interesting. I didn't know that. Oh no, that means it's never gonna happen then. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she, you know, that's how she feels. But yeah, you know, I don't know that we'll ever see Jazz versus any of those other names, to be honest. But who knows? You know, maybe over the next year or two, maybe that'll change. Maybe my profile or JC's profile will elevate. I'm sure if one of us got a Lux battle, that could change how Jazz feels after that. But you know, but it's not like the Jazz battle is one that I'm pressed to do. But it is one that I would do. You know, if they had called me for Jazz, I would have taken it for sure.
I hear you. Yeah. I would like to see that, definitely. I wouldn't be against that. I think that'd be a really good matchup, but you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we are expecting to me, it's one of the ultimate battle for me in battle rap coming up very soon. Whenever it happens, Lux versus Daylight.
Yeah.
Who got winning that battle?
Daylight.
Daylight.
Okay. for a lot of different reasons.
Tell me something.
A, I think it means more to Daylight. B,
everything to him.
I think the last Daylight we saw is better than the last Lux we saw. C, I think Daylight is a better rapper than Lux. And I think Lux is less excited about this battle because he knows that Daylight is going to prove that.
Do you think so?
I
I was
do.
thinking Lux is writing his heart out for Daylight because he knows that Daylight is dangerous.
I'm sure he is writing his heart out. But think about the fact that Lux has not battled a legitimate pen. No offense to Verb. He hasn't battled a
Untaken.
legitimate pen. You know, and I say that as somebody who specializes.
Yeah, that's Daylight's thing. Daylight is the pen. Quill. Hold on one second.
Daylight, yeah.
Because the fan is on. I don't know if it's distorting my speech or not. I don't know. Hopefully not. But carry on.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, people like he hasn't battled a legitimate pen. People like me, JC, Nitty, Daylight, you know, that cloth, that echelon of penmanship. He hasn't seen us. And you can say it's because our names aren't big enough or our profiles aren't big enough.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if Mook can take Briz, there's no reason Lux can't take JC or Daylight or Nitty or Chess or Chilla or O-Red or, you know, whoever makes sense at the time. But yeah, I think Daylight is going to beat Lux, and he may beat Lux clearly.
I feel like I agree. Like Lux has been the go for me for a minute, but I feel like Daylight can knock him off this pedestal. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
definitely. So
I absolutely agree. I think Lux is at a point where like he's always gonna be Lux. You know what I mean? Like Daylight can beat Lux clearly, and people will still want to see Lux. People will still see him. Still tune into pay-per-views. Like, Lux losing doesn't do much. You know, there's certain people who have they don't have stock. Like their stocks don't go up and down. You always want to see them win, lose, draw. Mook will always sell tickets. Lux will always sell tickets. Hollow will always sell tickets. Certain people that will always, whether they're coming off a bad loss or an incredible win, are going to be somebody that you are interested in seeing. And I think Lux is one of them. So I think Daylight can become one of them by beating Lux.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited.
I agree.
I'm excited. It's been lovely talking to you. Let me ask you finally my last question to you. Hold on, is it my last question? Actually, no, hold on, I got another one here. What is worse, getting booed, choking, or forgetting your stuff in battle rap?
Choking.
Why is that? Why is that the worst?
Because as somebody who is very diligent with my penmanship, to leave a battle with material that I was not able to share with y'all is the most discouraging part of choking. Imagine getting ready for a battle for 2 to 3 months. I never have 2 to 3 months, by the way, but in general, 2 to 3 months. And you're penning your best work, your best rounds, your best everything. You're practicing hours and hours in the mirror, going over it. You're reciting it day after day after day. You're getting it perfect. You get in the battle, something happens, and you forget half of your second round.
Yeah, that's
the material I just spent 2.5 months creating for this moment, and I don't recall it. I can't remember it. I don't get to share with y'all my approach in this round, how I wanted to close the round. That to me, you can boo me all day. All day. I can rap through it. I can control a crowd. I'm not mad at that. Not getting to share the material I put together for you. That, as an artist, that's real tough for me to take.
Yeah.
Real tough for me.
No, when that happens, is it possible for rappers to kind of like maybe use that material for their next battle. Like they choked, so they didn't get it off. Then use it for another battle, maybe.
It just depends on what it is. I've when I battled B Magic, I had a choke in my third round, and I think I stood there for 20 to 30 seconds trying to remember it. And honestly, it was longer than that, but URL edited a good chunk of my choke out. But besides it being one of the worst feelings in the world, the part that I had forgot, I was able to repurpose and use against DNA in my next battle.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not always possible. I have definitely had moments or times where I've been in a battle, I forgot my stuff, I've maybe freestyled until I remembered, or I freestyled to end the battle or end the round.
Yeah.
And then I haven't been able to repurpose that material because maybe that material was, a specific name flip that I can't use on anybody else, or a specific angle.
That person, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a specific angle that doesn't apply. So sometimes you can take that material and repurpose it depending on what it is exactly that you forgot. But sometimes you can't, especially when you're writing so directly and specifically. Then it's just like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, no, I got you. I understand. That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right. So what is the nicest, so you're the kingpin. What is the nicest bar Chilla Jones has ever said? What's the nicest bar you've ever said, Chilla? I know it's a hard one, considering how many bars you got. What's one of the nicest ones, or the ones you love the most, anyway? If you can remember, because some people forget their bars after.
There's so many that come to mind. There's always in every battle.
Yeah.
I have 3 or 4 that I am really in love with.
Yeah.
I usually save them for the third round. Sometimes I'll put them in my first. In the Sikh battle, it was the dyslexic bar. I loved it.
I like that. Someone was trying to say that's a reach. That wasn't a reach. That worked.
No, it totally works. Definitely works. But I have bars or moments in every battle. If I had to like pick one bar or one scheme or one thing that I really love, would be the Mario scheme versus Jonai.
Okay.
He has a Mario bar in his third round, and I do a 12-bar rebuttal Mario scheme mentioning all different types of Mario references, and the way that it was put together, and the way it came together.
I gotta go remind myself, but it's familiar. But I gotta go watch that again. But yeah.
So Jonai says something about like real life Super Mario 3. I make moves behind the scenes, and that's a tribute to, like, in the game there are certain levels where you can go behind the like behind the pipes and the bricks in the background, and you can like go behind and just run all the way to the end of the stage, or run into like a secret pipe or whatever. And so I had a rebuttal that was like, you're right, it is Super Mario. It is Super Mario, but sometimes people can only battle rap because having a job is not in their lane, and they don't want to jump up to hit the block for some change. Haters that try to put your face on a bullet. The best advice, she ain't your princess because she let you pipe. Your boo making moves behind your back, having sex at night, because when y'all split, having one up on you will give you extra life. But the most important thing, love from the fans ain't unconditional. When there's much room for growth, They campaign and they stick with you, but when you get bigger, they do anything to belittle you. But win or lose, star power makes you invincible.
That's crazy.
So I had like that whole scheme as a rebuttal to his Mario bar.
That's
and
crazy.
It was like, boom. And it was a scheme I had.
Yeah.
I wasn't originally planning to use it for Jonah. I had it for like, I was gonna save it for somebody else or something else. I honestly, in my head, I was like, this is too good of a scheme for Jonah.
Yeah.
And then when he said that, I was just like, you know what?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta use what you got.
I said, I'm just gonna throw this right here in my third round and see what happens. So yeah, that's probably my favorite bar. If you ask me tomorrow, I might give you a different example, but right now I would say that's probably my favorite bar or scheme that I've done.
Okay, that was dope. Very clever, very creative, man. You know what I'm saying? You definitely show a lot of that in your writing.
Yeah.
All right, Chilla Jones. Can you shout out? I think I'll wrap it up there. Do you know what I'm saying? I got 1,000 questions, but let me wrap it up there. Can you shout out your social media for us, where we can find you, follow you, and everything for other people that don't know?
Absolutely. At Chilla Jones on Twitter, Chilla Jones on Instagram, Chilla Jones Official on Facebook, my fan page. And then for all things Chilla Jones, go to www.chillajones.com. New merch coming very, very soon.
Great. Good stuff. Y'all heard that, so make sure you do that. Follow, subscribe, get the merch, all of it. Right? I think that's about it, y'all. pheonixxfire versus Chilla Jones. Hope you all enjoyed that kind of recap of his battle and what he had to say in his opinion to kings and queens. And I'll be back real soon with some more content for y'all. All right, it's your girl pheonixxfire. Thank you so much, Chilla. I really enjoyed talking to you. And I'll be in touch.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right.